the campaign session. All your characters are... It's a lovely occasion. Everybody is very well dressed. Masks hiding their identities, giving some mystery. The place is full of vampires and a lot of other nobles and important NPCs. Currently, the party is gathered around 2 members of the Legendary Six. And of course, Miss Evergreen is accompanied by 2 holy warriors. Neither side has recognized each other yet. Other for Sir Pettigrew because his name was brought up. As we will go and pick it up straight from the side roleplay.
Alright.
What does Marciline do or say or ask?
After learning about how poisonous the area is, she's just gonna go, "That's concerning. Dad, what do you think about this?"
He looks at you and... Well... Just of the poison will really help.
Your mic went quiet.
So he basically said, well, if you can get a sample of the poison, it would help.
Alright, well that's something I'll have to do whenever I get the chance. If I can figure out how to get a poison sample.
Oh, I'm sure just catching some of it in a test tube will suffice.
Yeah.
Probably best not to use your hands.
Alright. Just wear gloves, have like weird, like put it on like put a test tube on like an extender, just scoop up there and quickly close it, and then figure out what the deal is.
Yeah, I assume that should be enough.
Alright. I'm gonna go check to see how Stolas is doing. I hope you enjoyed the Masquerade. See you later, Dad. Love you.
You are able to move to the south
Yeah.
if you so wish.
Alright.
Okay. As we continue on with Saren and Ilara, what are the 2 of you doing?
Do we finish our conversation with Arthur and Merlin?
It's up to you.
Yeah, Saren is inside RP essentially excused himself, but I guess if we're waiting for night, might as well keep it going if you want, because by what I saw inside RP, I already didn't interact with either of them yet.
Yeah, so we could probably still talk with them.
Yeah, so essentially before excusing himself, essentially Saren would say, "Oh, no, trust me, it wasn't all that amazing. The amazing thing was the teamwork and the fact that we managed to get everybody that needed to get out of there and alive somehow."
That is quite the feat, my friend, and you had 0 casualties. That is outstanding.
a few of us took a pretty decent amount of, if not physical, at least psychological damage.
Is it true it was one of the 7 princes of the Hells?
Well,
His eyes expand.
well, I don't quite know what rank that thing held in the Hells, but it was for sure no small, wasn't just a small demon, that I can assure you, and yeah, it even managed to give a good run for its money to even an angel that was summoned. And Lord Valgor was, well, engaged with it quite seriously.
I'm trying to remember. This was the. What was the demon
I will
name?
move you all to the map to help you all remember. It is Astak the traitor.
Ah,
Oh, yeah,
yes.
that's right.
Yes, that's right. The one that, I believe.
From the plane of envy.
Yep. That's right, I remember that.
The demon prince of the plane of envy. And demon
The one-
princes are the highest rank a demon can have unless it is the demon king.
The one I was supposed to be ritually sacrificed to.
Oh, yeah, I think you
He-
mentioned that before.
He turns to you. You were supposed to prefer a demon.
Yes, well, let's just say my family didn't find my presence that great.
They're lost.
True.
His mouth kind of like drops. Your own family.
Yes, well, water under the bridge, I suppose.
Water under the bridge.
And let's, I might as well just say that it was in a past life at this point.
Yes, an entirely different past. One that will not be brought up.
Very good, very good. Well, I don't think. Oh, that's just horrible. That's just horrible.
Well, on the bright side, we managed to get away from it without too much issue, so that was good. Although I feel like we're bound to, if not meet him again, meet some of his minion.
Yes, well. Well, in the past, I suppose.
He turns to Merlin. Hey, Merlin. What was that name that demon were after? The Pit Fiend. Merlin stroking his long beard. He's wearing a very fancy peacock mask. But then he kind of strokes his long beard, and the Pit Fiend, Jahil.
Excuse me, what was that?
Yeah, it's a Pit Fiend, Jahil.
You mean the general? That one?
Yes, one of the generals to Astak, Prince of Envy.
At this point, Elara especially would know this. Saren's turning redder than red, although he's already has red skin. He's boiling inside.
Oh, Merlin looks at you, Sarin, and you seem to be boiling, my friend. Is
Yeah,
everything okay?
it will be once I run my blade through that one.
In public?
Well, it will be okay once I run a blade through that demon general. Of course it's gonna be in public. I'm not gonna do that behind closed door.
Okay.
But yeah, let's just say EO's debt. That let's just call it a blood debt. That yeah needs to be paid in full.
Yes. This Jahil creature is exceptionally cruel. Only seeking to hurt and actively murder people with different and cheap tactics. But he is very quick in getting away. Before we can do anything, Arthur just nods his head.
At this point, Sarin would just not say a word and just turn towards Elora. Elora, you would notice like he's fuming inside, but he doesn't quite know what to say, trying to contain his anger.
I think I don't know what to say in that situation.
And at that point, Sarin would just say, "Yeah, the bastard used one of his sheep trick on, well, people that didn't deserve what befell them. Kind of my whole purpose for the past few years. To go and make him pay the proper price and the full price for it."
Arthur, look at you. We should keep in touch. I am sure we can work together.
As much as I want to make quick work of him by myself, by my own hands, seeing how he's under that demon prince, and then you would just see Sarin like almost do the motion of spitting on the ground, but not remembering he's in a fancy place and not actually doing it. I guess I don't have much of a choice but to have some assistance. I guess after all, I will have to go and make a detour to your kingdoms after all, to organize this.
Come to Regalia.
Well, I don't have a fixed home anymore ever since Jahil took care of that, so as long as Elora doesn't need to go and make a detour elsewhere, by all means I will be.
He smiles at you, holding a glass of wine in his hand. Cheers, my friend, to this divine partnership.
Well, I'm not so sure I would go and say I'm totally divine, but at least a pragmatic and useful one.
Cheers. He takes a drink.
At this point, Sarin would just see Kelara's hand, just kind of nervously trying to hold her hand.
Of course she will. Hold his hand.
You notice that there's been a few times that he had put his hand on you just for getting magic, and you you feel he's straining to keep calm as you hold your hand.
I don't know if this is the point we bow ourselves out of the conversation or if we're late.
Yeah, at this point, well, at this point, good sirs, I think most of the business that we needed to attend to is done. I noticed our other different companion over there beckoning us to go and interact with him and Lady Evergreen by the looks of it, so to the
Oh,
pleasure of seeing you again.
Yes. Please, please. Enjoy yourselves. As Sarin and Ilara, you both are able to turn to night. Just before we go to Ilara and Sarin with Lady of the Green, we will be going to Lord Dimitri and Larissa as a vampire interrupts, or at least, well, I wouldn't say interrupt, but more like walks up to engage for Dimitri and Larissa. This is an odd vampire. The clothes that he is wearing, like it exposes the center of his chest all the way down to his like belly button. It's that kind of attire, like a himbo, if you will. It's the best I can think of. That's the best I can think of in terms of the description. But he is wearing a red Victorian ball suit, and he approaches Dimitri and Larissa as he goes, "Greetings, Lord Dimitri." Dimitri gives a head nod. Lord Viscount. And then he turns to Larissa. So this must be the fabled Archdruidess. You are even prettier in person. He reaches out a hand to grab your hand to give a kiss.
She will curtsy and let him kiss her hand, but she'll give a reassuring smile to Lord Dimitri.
So tell me, how does it feel to have stolen the heart of Lord Dimitri? He looks fascinated with you. Too fascinated.
She will blush and say that we just had a lot in common. It started with him saving my pet chimera, and from there he was always there to help, and I could not help but grow to be appreciative of him.
He looks at you, still holding your hand, like one hand holding his right hand, holding your right hand, and then he kind of like gently taps with his left hand. He just like gently taps your right hand. I see. Wow, so perfect. It's almost storybook.
I suppose it is.
Oh, we should have seen this one. Refuses to marry any of the other houses. You can imagine the uproar it caused when he openly declared in the courts that he has chosen someone outside of the courts.
She will have a smile on her face as she imagines him causing quite a ruckus. I think I can imagine he was not diplomatic about how he decided to share the news.
You clearly know your beloved well. He keeps tapping you on your hand, it's like in a way, in an odd way, like a reassuring way, but also like someone who is just very flamboyant and like has like a mix of like he's clearly a dude, but you know he has like that feminine. There's a feminine side to his nature. Tap like just gently like tapping you on your hand, like yes. Yes, for a lord, when it comes to the courts, decorum is not a vampire's speciality, even though they love to declare they are. Dimitri just has the annoyed look on his face with the
Larissa will chuckle and carefully extract her hand from Lord Viscount and loop her arm around Lord Dimitri's. Well, it is a great pleasure to meet you, Lord Viscount. I hope that we continue to meet each other on such occasions.
Of course, my dear. And of course, both of you are welcome to my manor. I have all sorts of prized collections for cakes and desserts. Both of you must come. Of course, your family and your companions will always be welcome, but you must make a pit stop. And then he stares at Dimitri, smiling. Dimitri gives a head nod.
She's going to look at Dimitri and gauge his reaction before agreeing.
Dimitri doesn't look indifferent. He has the look of he. It's not that he likes the Viscount or he does not like the Viscount. It's kind of like a acquaintance.
Mm. Mm-hmm. I think she will accept thinking this could be a chance to get to know how Dimitri is outside of how she sees him.
I will be anticipating. Of course, before you arrive, do send a message and I will get everybody and I will have things prepared for all of you, of course. He smiles. Now, if you will excuse me, I have to go disturb a certain pureblood. Ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Heads off and...
She'll turn to Dimitri and say, well, he seems nice.
Yes, it's getting him to shut up. It's the problem.
Me.
As the meet, of course, takes her head and it joins the conversation with Herman and Evergreen. Okay. Since Knight is not here, Knight is gonna look at everybody.
Your mic's cutting out kind of bad.
You're Decepticoning again.
What do you mean? I am Knight.
Mic test 1, 2, 3.
Oh, now it works.
I thought I could. I thought I still had some time to say Decepticons roll out. But oh well, too bad. Knight is gonna look at the party and the current entourage that he is surrounded with. His stomach will rumble a bit, and he will say, "My friends, I need to use the. I need to go and gather some food. I am starving. I will be back." As he heads off to the table to grab some good stuff. As Lady Evergreen, as Lady Evergreen looks at you, Ilar, and looks at Sarin and Yamaganda. I do not think the two of you have met two of my finest warriors of the Citadel, Kale Nightshade and Sir Pettigrew.
Soren, at hearing Alar's brother's name, Alar is practically crushing your hand right now. Fair warning.
Yeah, at that point, Sarin was just 180 facing Elara. And just address her. I'm sure we both misheard that name.
Yeah.
Sir
Man.
Pettigrew will step forward. Greetings! Pleasure to meet the rescuers of Miss Evergreen. The words. Ugh, there is no better word to thank you.
Alar's eye is twitching.
And then Kale will step up. You have done a great service for me, lady. You really remind me of someone dear and important. And you have my gratitude.
The violence. It screams at me.
On the bright side, it didn't seem to recognize you yet, so.
Yay! How wonderful. Delaying the inevitable. You'll notice that, Alara is in fact not talking. Because I have no doubt Kale will remember what she sounds like. Or maybe not. I don't know.
Well, somebody had to take care of it, since apparently there was no other protector around, so we needed what needed to be done.
Evergreen turns to Kale. My dear boy, what are you talking about? That is your sister. She is standing right there in front of you.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
Okay, we're doing this. Alright, I'm ready. I'm ready.
God.
He looks at you, Laura.
I like Suri trying to get her escape route out. Well, hello, Kale. It's been a long time.
He kind of like drops his like stoic act. He grabs you by your shoulders. Ilara, is that really?
Oh, you cut out.
Oh, he grabs you by your shoulders with both hands. He drops his stoic behavior. Ilara, is that really you?
Yes, it's me. Didn't think you'd be so happy to see me since apparently last time. Well, you were agreeing with Mother and Father.
What are you talking about? I was trying to convince them to call off this foolish plan.
That's not what I remember.
And Kale, by all means, I don't mean to butt into family affairs, but maybe take your hand off of her. That might send the wrong impression.
And who are you? This is a family matter.
Well, he is my beloved, so I feel like that is family enough.
Regardless, we're at a ball right now. You don't want to make a
Mic
scene, do
drop.
you?
Mic drop.
He takes his hands off your shoulders.
For the
Well,
god's
I
sake,
suppose-
you're supposed to be a knight, and look at how quickly you dropped your composure.
Well, I suppose some time has indeed passed. The last thing I remember, you and him were taken. I saw you go in his carriage.
Above table, are we talking about the fiance?
Above table with your other beloved.
Other beloved. Hold on, did I miss something?
The one that was
No,
forced
there's
on you.
only the quotation marks beloved.
Oh, so yes, evil sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You think I went with that man willingly?
He looks at you. What are you talking about? Of course, I saw you take his hand and go into the carriage.
I would never. I did not want to be with that man. Mother and father made me. They sold me off for political glory.
Evergreen looks at Sarin with the face of a. Oh.
I'm sorry, can you
Like,
can't
looks-
cut out.
Yeah, you're cutting out real bad.
Okay. All right. I am going to change.
I want you to know I'm so fucking tempted to interrupt Elara and Kel right now with something that might be stupid.
Mic test.
That-
Mic
Start a
test.
war.
Okay, there we go. So Lady Evergreen, like listening to everything that's happening, kind of like puts two and two together. And after putting two and two together, she just goes, you all just hear her go, oh. Then she kind of like looks at Pettigrew. Maybe we should give them some space. And she kind of like backs away a little bit.
You know, after saying Lady Evergreen backing up, Saren will be the stupid, somewhat potentially maybe stupid thing that passed through his mind. I'm sorry, Kale. I'm boring your sister for a moment. Turning Elra towards him. And putting the right knee completely to the ground, left still up.
Wait.
Oh wait, what?
Wow.
Wait!
Is he
Wait.
Wait!
You broke up a little bit. Say that again just so I know that you actually.
What? What's happening?
You probably heard that right, but yeah. Right knee down, completely on the floor. Left knee still in the air. In front of Elara. And
Okay.
Okay, we're doing this.
Alright, relationship speed run it. Let's go.
Well, okay. A lot of it comes down to her brother standing right the fuck there.
Oh yeah, no, she's for it. She's for it.
And then it's
She's
just
like, yes.
at this point, it's just like it would clear his throat and. Lady Helora Nightshade.
What?
Would you, although this seems out of the blue, unprepared, and frankly, maybe even rushed, I don't have a ring or anything like that prepared for you just yet, but
For a ring.
would you make
You say you don't have a ring. You say you don't have a ring prepared, and then there is an injury on your hand as blood starts to flow out into a ring that hardens and crystallizes.
what the fuck? Okay.
And
We're going for it.
Why?
The universe is on our side. Let's go.
At this point, well, it looks like I do have one right now, but Lady Aura Nightshade, would you do me the greatest honor of accepting my hand in marriage?
Do you even have to ask?
Well, that is kind of the tradition, isn't it?
Well, yes, silly. I'm saying yes.
What?
And then,
I said relationship speedrunning.
yeah.
this is quite a big moment. This is quite a big occasion. What is Larissa doing when she sees this?
She's going to look with her eyes widening and putting her two hands to her mouth, covering it, gasping, and her eyes are glowing with excitement for them as she leans towards Dimitri, thinking, "Aw."
Dimitri looks very cool and calm, just smiling. And then when she says yes, he is the first to come in for the slow clap. As Lady Evergreen just has she has one hand on her chest, and she's just like, oh, starts tearing up a little bit. Sweet. Arta and Marina are holding up their drinks like, yeah, a little bit more rowdy now. What is the Marceline doing when she sees
Marceline is
her
talking
friends
with
proposing?
Marceline is talking with Stolas when she sees this, and she's just wondering, what?
You're
What
like,
sh-
wait,
happens?
didn't they just get together?
We'll retcon a little bit. So that because it's quite a big moment, and I don't think the players want to miss this moment. So I'll say Marcin's like kind of like walking halfway, turns around, look at her friends, sees Sarin on his knees. What does Marcin do?
She is just confused, especially considering what happened, I guess, the night before, but she is like, what happened? But she is not gonna question it. She's like, congrats? And then just,
What the fuck?
Marceline's just confused, it's just like, what? She's like thinking, it's just like, they had to be dating prior to this. They had to be dating a while prior to be meeting. There's no way they just nowhere propose and become each other's fiancés. What is happening?
And Kale just looks with his mouth dropped.
Boom. Take that.
Straight in the jaw.
He wants to interrupt so badly, but then it's like he cannot move. It's like something is taking control and preventing all the blood in his body from moving.
Why do you have a feeling that somebody in this goddamn all said that, oh, you don't have a ring? Here's some blood magic. Oh, and also that's his brother? Nah, you stay put. But anyways, all that aside, Sarin would put the finger on the proper finger, which, and before getting his ass back up. Well, sorry about that, Kill. I think you can resume your affairs with my future wife. Putting the emphasis on the word wife.
I am living for this.
There is a, there's a resounding like clap for all those present in the room who saw. It's just like the gentle clap, masquerade gentle clap, nothing too fancy. And then Kill can move again. Elora, you were promised to another man. How can you do this?
Is it really? I'm glad I get the choice this time.
Would Fergo approve of helping people get divorced as well?
Well, I'm not married to said person. Like, said person I'm technically engaged to.
Promise, aka engaged.
Forced engagement, there we go.
Yeah.
So.
It was not consensual.
Exactly.
I know you had little choice in the matter, but you are still promised to another man.
Am I, though? Or did mother and father promise me to another man? That's a big difference, brother.
Well, this is nobility.
Well, screw being nobility.
He has his mask on, and then he's like, oh my goodness.
I live for giving people gray hairs.
He looks at you, Sarin. And you, sir, please tell me you have some. Are you of noble blood? Noble stock?
At this point, you would just smile wide and look straight in his eyes. Oh, my dear. Would you think noble blood would have allowed a tiefling to mature to this age?
Yes, it is proper decorum.
Well, my only title of nobility was to protect people that helped other people. And quite honestly, by seeing how you... I don't know if you're meant to be Lady Evergreen Protector or not, but seeing how you didn't manage to protect a single woman, while I managed to protect quite a few people, I think that my title of nobility or not matters little. For I believe, and that's what most people should believe, that action speaks louder than words, or even louder than your birthright. Now, if you want to go and report this to your father and mother, by all means do so. I'm not stopping you.
He looks at you. He wants to bite your face off so badly.
Let him try.
But he sighs and lets it go.
I'm living for this. Take that, parent.
He turns to Evergreen. Milady, I think I am going to go get a drink.
Knight's gonna be so surprised.
She gives him a bow, head nod, and he heads off.
Alari's gonna turn to Sarin. You had that plan, didn't you?
Maybe a little bit.
I knew there was a reason I said yes. Besides giving my brother gray hairs.
Well, I mean, giving him gray hair is a bonus. I mean, I don't think I've seen many elven people with gray hairs. By the way, your brother's an elfkin, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone in my family is elves.
Okay, just making sure, because we know
Yeah.
elves tend to create half-elf every now and again.
Nope. No, just a regular elf.
My only regret, honestly, is that you most likely would outlive me.
I'll find a way. To make sure you outlive him.
Well, I mean, given how
I-
I managed to throw him away from this conversation quite easily without even having to use any magic or anything, I think he'd be easily goaded into a stupid situation.
You're not casually plotting my brother's death, I would like to state.
No.
We are not plotting that. Yet.
Yeah.
Here.
All I'm saying, Laura, is that now that we're engaged, it's no longer any of his business how you're protected. It is mine. He doesn't have a word
Well.
to say about it.
Yes. Though I do wonder if he's going to tell mother and father. I do know. How do you say? Is your brother's name said as Lorian?
Brother?
Well, the other brother. There's Carol
Yes,
and Lorian.
it's correct. Kale and Lorian.
But maybe I might even write a letter to Lorian letting him know. He'd be quite happy.
Well, I don't think your father is the kind of man that would send any armed man after me, but just in case, I'll be prepared
Oh,
nonetheless.
You'd be surprised, Siren. You'd be surprised.
I've seen quite a few things in the past few days that I don't think much more will be able to surprise me.
That is fair. DM, above table, does this ring have any magical properties, or is it just a ring made of blood magic?
It's just a ring made by a vampire with bloodmancy. Just a regular ring.
I have a feeling that it's Dimitri's doing, honestly.
I will not comment anything. Who knows? Could be
no.
any vampire here.
All I'm saying is he was one of the closest ones.
Yep.
Anyways,
Oh, right.
I just... Oh, yeah, I guess...
I don't know how we can continue off of that.
Well, now that that's dealt with, I think I owe you a little something at least.
Is it food?
I was thinking about something a little bit less sustaining, but yeah, might as well. And then Saren would just kind of... Yeah, no, so Saren would kind of take your hand and drag you towards the food, but away from Kale.
Just close enough to give him more gray hairs.
Yep, just close enough to be, like, in earshot and view of him, and then when approaching the table, oh yeah, I almost forgot, and then leaning in for a kiss.
Well, I was gonna make sure her brother's looking, then accept the kiss. It's just like, yeah. This is going down.
Yep, he sees the kiss take place, and at first he's like sipping the wine. He sees the kiss, and he just chugs the whole wine.
My evil plan is working.
At this point, yep, go ahead.
I said, I'm just playing myself at this point. This is just on me.
Yep. Dimitri will turn to you, Larissa. Well, that was fun, wasn't it?
It was. I did not see this coming at all.
It is a fitting place, isn't it, for this type of thing?
It would seem
Nice
so.
to meet you.
He smiles at you, looking at you, stroking your head. And that is when the music kind of recedes for a moment, or at least they are playing it more softer tune. As you all see what seems to be a werewolf in a suit,
Gildard.
very pristine suit. He announces, "Ladies and gentlemen, presenting His Majesty, King Lucian Rivain, King of the Dark Domain. Presenting his wife, First Lady of the Dark Domain, Queen Elandriel. Presenting King Lucian's firstborn, Princess Lysandra." As there's like a mini orchestra trumpet for like a tune 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 tune. As above on stage, appearing onto the scene, all of you see the Vampire King coming in a black and white suit as his masquerade. The mask he wears is a white porcelain mask, accompanied by a beautiful lady wearing a sky light blue, cyan blue outfit for the masquerade. Her mask is covered in feathers, light bluish feathers. And on his left, Princess Lysandra. She is wearing a maroon colored gown, and her mask is black. As all three of them holding each other's hands, just wrapped around the arm, they all come down. The place is very, very quiet as they come down. As you all hear Lord Viscount hold up his glass and go, "Long live King Lucian!" As the whole entourage of crowds just declare boldly, "Long live King Lucian." It's like a huge orchestra of voices. As King Lucian gives a bow. As the entire crowd of people present all give their bow and stay the bow. Just asking, do the party members also bow?
I will bow.
Yeah, Marceline is bowing as well. He's not super close, but like she's not close to the thing, but she's definitely bowing.
Alara is too.
Siren will mumble an infernal, like the long live the king part. Just an infernal, just for the hell of it, and then follows to Alara, like, and then just kind of whisper to her. I swear if I need to bend the knees again tonight.
Kale, a little bit He's a little bit tipsy from the amount of wine, kind of like, oh, sees the king, bows, wine spills out, and he's like, yeah, shit. As King Lucian joins the ball. As the masquerade continues and the music resumes, as people start to approach Lucian and the princess to give their greetings. What does the party do?
I should probably give my greetings. I'm currently far away. I'll let everyone else say what they're gonna do.
Well, Siren will stay as still as he can and not move towards the king or the queen or the princess because everybody's already swarming them, so he'll just stay put and wait for the king to come to him if he wants to. Not forcing anything, just chilling and waiting his turn, like a good little boy.
Yeah, I think Marciline is just going to wait.
Okay. Ilara and Larissa?
I'm waiting with Siren.
I'll elbow Dimitri and ask, should we go pay our respects?
Yes, we will go and do it.
I will
That's
head
Dimitri.
on my way then to greet the Vampire King.
Easily done. As Merlin and Arthur also walk beside the two of you to approach the king. As in front of you, you see what seems to be a figure with huge wings on his back. Not like wings that you are familiar with, not wings that are like that of an angel, but more wings of a demon.
I'm going to tense up at the sight.
As you just see this gentleman gives a bow to the king and queen and the princess, followed by what seems to be his partner. Before they exchange some pleasantries and they step aside. As Dimitri looks at you, well, I suppose it is our turn.
Okay. I will bow
As
and
Dimitri is the first to start. Sorry, go ahead.
I said I would bow by curtsying, greeting Lucian, followed by the Queen and then Lysandra.
Dimitri also follows and gives a head bow. Your Majesty. As King Lucian raises up his hand to indicate that the two of you may rise, Queen Elandra gives a gentle bow to the two of you, and so does the princess, as she just gives a curtsy in her dress. I trust you both are enjoying yourselves in this masquerade. This must be your first masquerade. Is that not true, Larissa dear?
It is my first masquerade. I thank you for inviting myself and my friends to such a grand occasion.
Of course, how could I not? You are all beloved comrades and loved ones to my brothers and sisters. And you also you also brought back Evergreen. This ball, this masquerade is... it's to remember you.
You speak too highly of us. I'm only glad that we could retrieve Lady Evergreen as safe as she was in that, as much as we could.
And you have all done exceptionally well. It is the best outcome we could have hoped for.
My apologies if I put a damper on things, but have you heard anything more from the Underdark regarding my brother?
I am afraid I have not heard any news yet. They are still investigating. The
I see.
Underdark, it's a maze down there. Finding one of the cities is easier said than done. And there are many cities.
I hope that we get contact soon.
I hope so too, my dear. I hope so too.
She'll look to Dimitri and telepathically ask, is this the time to ask about how they can properly get married since he's not allowed to marry outside of the houses?
He looks at you and smiles. Well, that is not the worst idea. I cannot imagine a happier time to ask this question.
With that encouraging statement, she'll turn to the Vampire King and ask innocently, Lord Dimitri here tells me that our union would not be looked upon fondly. Is there a way for us to gain permission?
He looks at you and smiles. Then he looks at his wife, and his wife looks at him. And you can tell, like, you are standing up close to her. She is fully elf, fully alive, and fully breathing. She is not a vampire. Make me a history check, Larissa. Let's see if you remember this.
Okay. Ooh, 18.
Solid roll. With your 18, Larissa, you know that it's kind of like it's a lot of plays has been done because like the legendary six are basically like rock stars. So like, you know, there's like biographies written about each member, their life story and what happened, and then there's also a lot of things written about Queen Elandria herself being the wife to one of the members of the legendary six. Just like different things. It's like publicity, like that sort of thing in the newspapers and different sources to obtain new information. One of the things that you do know, you know, either you may have seen it as a child through a play of the younger days of the legendary six, But basically, the story is that King Lucian was just a regular vampire. In fact, he was a human vampire, and he worked as a security guard to the queen, which is at that point she was the princess of the Elven Kingdom, Queen Elandria. And the stories go, he and his group of men got into a skirmish against a few vampires, and that's how he got infected.
Mhm.
And because he was infected, the Elven Kingdom hunted him. So he became immediately very quickly an outcast because vampires back then were not accepted. And of course, his romantic relationship with Princess Elandriel at that time was basically threatened. And of course, to save himself, he had to flee. And it was while he was fleeing from them would be when he would meet, at that time, just regular Dragon Knight Cinder and regular Lady Silver and regular Lady Evergreen and regular Yormoganda. At that time, they were not yet the heroes that they would become.
Yes.
And of course, once he becomes Cosmic Hero, everything, then of course he goes back to the elves, but now as the king of all the vampires. And the elves can't really say no because the princess is very, very keen to marry this particular vampire.
So what I'm hearing is I need to go do more than help slay the opposer to get recognition. Got it.
Not necessarily. You could take it that way, yes, but it's a bit more. What I meant by a bit more is you get the idea that
Snobs, the lot of them.
yes, you get the idea that they were in. It took a very long time because you do know that throughout the life of the Legendary Six, you would have also learned this from Limba a little bit, and a little bit you'd have heard it from Cinder as well.
Mhm.
Is that Lady Silver? She used to secretly, she would take letters from Lucian and send it to Elandriel and vice versa. She was basically the messenger because she could stealth like it is her damn job. Nobody
Queen.
finds her. And that was how they kept their romance alive throughout the 3 years until they become the Legendary Six. Yormoganda would, if they were in different places, Yormoganda would be the one to teleport Lady Silver into the courts of the elves, and then it would be up to her to stealth her way around. It was a team effort to keep Lucian's romance with the princess alive.
So sweet. That's adorable.
We can
Adorable.
outwait the old foggies. She will thank them for their answers and their time.
King Lucian will, just before the two of you leave, he'll kind of like reach his claws out and just grab hold of Dimitri's, the lower shirt of Dimitri, like not like in an aggressive way, but just like kind of like just grab hold of it to like signal him like to come closer, both of you.
Mhm.
You both have my blessings. If you so wish it, you may do as you please. I will settle the affairs of the court.
She will have such a relieved smile and then glance to Dimitri with a very bright smile, holding his hand.
He looks at you with eyes full of love and joy. This is the best news he has heard. As Dimitri gives a head bow, you have my thanks, Your Majesty. As he steps aside to let the others speak to the king and queen. It is at this point where we'll say about 5 minutes has passed. Marceline, what are you doing while all this is happening?
I was thinking of having Marceline wait for the king if he wants to go towards her direction, but she is currently just talking to Stolas and checking up on him and seeing how he's doing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Stolas enjoys your company and keeps putting more food on his plate as he just tells you that the food here is very, very good. He is indulging his sweet tooth.
Marceline is going to joke about Stolas' master, just like, now that face seems awfully familiar. I can't put my finger on it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. A little bit more time passes, and the princess and King Lucian and Elandra, they slowly give their greetings one by one. They're speaking to different nobles and important people. And once they get to about the center, as they keep making their way down, they get to about the center. The queen waves her hand at the magicians, and the music starts to change. The tempo of the music starts to build up quicker and quicker as all of you begin to very quickly see all the vampires start to grab a partner. All the male vampires start grabbing a partner, which then tells all the other male nobles and important people that are present to grab a female partner.
Oh. Crap,
As a dance is about to begin.
Crap. Stolas, do you need a dance partner?
Yes, I could use a. Yes, I could use a partner. And he's still chewing. And like he kind of like he's like in like the panic. He's like in the panic eating rush mode. Like, okay. I'll put the plate down.
Yeah. Cause I don't know if anyone else is in need of a partner. I barely know a good chunk of these people. Oh.
I don't know how to dance. Do you know how to dance?
Vaguely.
All right, we'll do it by ear. We'll see how the others dance, and then we'll just follow.
We'll figure it out.
He takes your hand and he moves all the way.
And if you don't figure it out, that's when he plays the Benny Hill theme.
Where did Marceline? Where did she go?
Under a token over here, I think. Oh, there it is.
Just,
There
it
we
just,
go.
Oh, there you are.
It just randomly started tracking
Mm-hmm. Ilara and Sarin, you both know this is the call to the Masquerade dance, the main event. As everybody is getting into positions. Ilara and Sarin, what do the two of you do? Ilara, you know the steps fully.
I will turn to Zara and I said, "Do you want to try to dance tonight?"
I could, but I'll be sure to keep my lay on hands for all the misstep I'll do on your feet tonight.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Oh, enough of me taking the lead for the night, I think. Then Sarin will just follow suit, just try to keep up with whatever she does. Probably failing miserably along the way, but giving it its best shot.
You all will see Yormuganda will take Lady Evergreen's hand as they both
Aw.
make their way to the dance floor. As Ilara, Sarin also make their way, Dimitri turns to you, Larissa. Shall we, my dear?
We shall. And she'll take his hand.
As everybody kind of gets into position. It is not a perfect positioning, but everybody kind of already knows where to stand and where to step. As the music very quickly picks up, as the music picks up, the Vampire King and all the other vampires, they start to spin their partner. Dimitri just very, very confidently, like he has been waiting for this all his life, spins you, Larissa, as he dances with you on the floor with everybody else. But the energy is very high. The action is intense. Hair is flying, feathers are flying from the masquerade. Laughter can be heard all throughout the floor. What's Larissa doing? Or reacting?
She is enjoying the atmosphere, trying to take it all in as she's dancing and being spun, slightly getting dizzy, but is enjoying it nonetheless.
There are all sorts of different actions, from the men carrying their female partner, to turning them, to twirling with them, to flowing gracefully and mightily with them. As the scene, as more and more people start pouring into the dance, the crowd becomes, from what started out as not so perfect movements, even Sarin and Ilara, with Ilara's leading Sarin, you very quickly get the idea of what is happening and how the moves go. The moves are fairly repeated for the most part. You count in your head 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And you very quickly get into the steps. As eventually the entire room is dancing, except for those on security duty, like Kale and Sir Pettigrew. They're the only ones not dancing. What is Ilara and Saren doing? Or reacting?
Well, for the few first pace of the dance, Sarin would essentially be passive, following what Elra knows before he starts getting his confidence and starting to take the lead a little bit more, but not forcing it too much. At least that's the plan on Sarin's side.
Once Alar notices that Saren has learned the steps, essentially, she is gonna really focus on enjoying this dancing.
Solus and Marciline are also able to very quickly catch on. Marceline, of course, with your background. Oh, Knight cannot make it tonight. Okay, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Okay. Marceline, you are familiar with the steps to some degree, and you are able to lead Stolas, but the two of you very quickly get into the motion of things. As Stolas can dance. Stolan's got natural talent.
Hey!
I'm hovering I'm hovering the mouse. I'm hovering my mouse over the roll performance check.
No, you don't need to. You don't need
Okay,
to.
okay.
Don't worry, it's not that type of dance.
Alright.
As the song goes on for about a good 6 to 7 minutes, as laughter and for just this 5 minutes, everything feels like nothing wrong happened. As it feels like a true excitement and a true breather for a lot of your characters, and a lot of new things to look forward to. And that's where we'll take our 10 minutes break. As the music comes to a rest, the music, while everybody is still with their partners, the music shifts into a much more melancholy, calmer music. We're now going from high octane dance, it's a much more intimate experience where partners are just leaning on their significant other and just moving with the music. And yes, I did take from House Moving Castle
You
because
did.
it's so good. It's so good.
I
Right.
figured I heard that song before, but yeah. Anyways, Sarin would make sure
Very
that
love it.
Sarin would make sure to make a few pass, moving with Delara, making sure to pass right in the eyesight of Kale, going back the other way, passing through the eyesight of Kale again, rinse and repeat.
It is a beautiful sight to see everyone in their masquerades just moving with the music. As the music changes, Dimitri just pulls Larissa in, just wraps his arms around her waist and has his head leaned on her shoulder.
She will reciprocate the gesture as she sways to the music, following his lead, enjoying the music.
Stola still holding Marceline. Never thought I would be dancing like this with friends.
Can you repeat that? Your mic kind of just went out.
Oh,
and
he
every-
said, this is nice to dance with my friends. How's my dancing? I didn't step on your toes, right? I tried very,
right.
very hard.
Right, and also you lied. You are good at dancing.
Well, I knew my people are good with their feet, but it's easier than I thought. Just count in your head 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, and then you repeat.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't lose track at some point. I used to lose track all the time.
He smiles at you as Ilara and Sarin. What are the two of you doing?
I think at this point we're just dancing together like everyone else is, just kind of enjoying spending this time with each other.
Yep, just making sure to be in plain view of the prime target of the pissing off contest. But other than that, yeah, pretty much keeping a tight grip on
Two of you, since you both, I know that you guys kind of like are trying to also spite kill at the same time. So make me a perception check. Like you occasionally glance. Of course, you guys are focused on each other, but once in a while, you guys kind of glance at Kale. Make me a perception check.
19.
that would be a 20 on my end.
Both of you, he seems to be just sipping his drink and just watching the two of you and watching everybody else, and he has the facial of expression of maybe it's not too bad.
No, shoot, that made me have feelings now. Darn it.
You know, that whole last sentence fucking stopped me from doing one of the thing I was planning if he was opposing the whole proposal thing. I was so ready to use vicious mockery on his ass.
No, he seems to be warming up to the idea, like he's like accepting, like yeah, well, my sister trusts this man and she's surrounded by powerful friends and she should be fine. Of course, he still has his reservations, but he's slowly accepting.
Damn, now I actually feel bad a little. I was not supposed to feel regrets at this.
No, that is perfectly fine. But yeah, he's just sipping his drink and just watching and just looking, and the king, of course, is dancing with the queen. 30 years later, and everybody can tell King Lucian and Queen Elandriel are still deeply in love, like the very first day.
Aww.
Yormuganda is dancing with Evergreen, and there is some light chuckling as he just sways with her. Neither of them talking, just enjoying each other's company. Ventru is seen once in a while, occasionally trying to slide away from the Viscount, as Fabian and Serafina just dance with each other. But from the way they're dancing, you can tell it's not. There's no hint of romance involved. They're siblings. They consider each other as siblings.
It's a
But yeah,
family
Ventro
dance.
is it's a family dance. But Ventro is very hard trying to avoid the Viscount. As the Viscount is occasionally once in a while you'll hear, "Oh, Ventro." Think of like Stolas from not this Stolas, the other Stolas, the owl
Hellboss.
Stolas. Yes, and Blitz. Yeah, it's basically that. Trying to get away from Blitz, trying to get away from Stolas. Like, leave me alone.
Well, it's like season 1 primarily.
Season 1, yes. Season 1,
Yeah.
their relationship.
Yeah,
Season 1. Yeah,
currently-
basically that, yes.
Currently, it's kind of just like.
As the dance continues on throughout the night. It is a pleasant affair. As slowly but surely, as the time goes by and the hours become darker and later, one by one, people start to give their respects to the king and start to head off as the ballroom starts to have lesser and lesser people as the time goes by. As time goes by and it's just mostly the party and a few other vampires. Lord Morndale, this particular vampire who is dancing with another vampire. Occasionally, Sarin, with your 20 perspective and you two lock eyes, he looks at you and makes the gesture of putting his thumb to his throat and slitting the neck.
Well, let's see
And
what
then
I
when
do
he-
about that,
and
if
then-
anything.
and then when he does that, you just see like his thumb snaps into a different position. And then he's like trying to wince in pain and he's trying to muffle his roar.
And then when that happens, Saren would look around to see if anybody points towards this direction or does anything that would suggest that they're doing it themselves.
Occasionally you look around and you see a particular vampire not very fond of his druid.
Yeah.
We love Dimitri being
Okay, you know what? That's it.
being a bro.
That's it. Dimitri made it into Saren's good book.
Was him not making a ring out of blood for your proposal?
I don't
Not
know that. Saren doesn't know that.
Okay, fair, yeah. 'Tis fair.
Actually, does that affect undead?
Just checking, is everybody here? Like Marceline, Larissa here?
Yes.
Ilara and Sarin, the two of you can do what you would like to do.
After
I'm
a
just
little-
waiting for Larissa.
Yeah, after a little while, Saren would lean over to Elara when he sees the whole crowd is calming down and whatnot, and just seems like things are starting to quiet down a bit.
Seems so.
Want to stay here a bit longer, or what do we do?
I think maybe it would be best if we said something to the king, if he's not still dancing, and made our way back.
Yes, I guess we have been avoiding him for long enough. And even if we don't, yeah, even if the others stay behind a bit, Saber's still waiting at the entrance, so we can go without having to worry anybody else that we'll make it safely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, very well, lead the way, Lord. You're better in those kind of introduction than I am.
Is the king still dancing?
At this point, he has, after a few hours, he has stopped.
Okay. We will approach and make our presence known.
The two of you are able to approach the king. What do the two of you do?
Well, Saren would kind of bow politely as
Oh.
he gets in the vision of the royal couple. And just like do a polite, Your Majesty.
Alara would curtsy, because she knows to do that, and will introduce herself and Sarin. Greetings, Your Majesty. I hope our presence is not a bother.
You have all done admirably for my dear sister.
Well, thank you, Your Majesty.
He gives a head bow, so does the queen. As you both take it as a sign, you can step away.
Well, enjoy your evening, Your Majesties. And as for me and Alara, I think it's time for us to take our leave. Thank you very much for this masquerade. And slowly backing away with Alara.
Easily done so. As where do the two of you head to?
I think we're heading out.
You are able to head out. It's quite late. It's about probably 2 a.m.
Okay.
As this is happening, Saren walking back, he gives a mental command to Saber. It's kind of late. We're in vampire country. Keep an eye out. We don't want to get ambushed.
Just so you guys know, the moment you walk out, the streets are as busy as the day.
Kind of figured. Vampire country.
Vampire country. Drow and kobold and vampires are all around. Fully awake. Werewolves too.
Well, I'm guessing back to the manor. I'm guessing, right? Unless you have any other business before going there.
Don't think we do have any other business. I believe that is a wise idea.
Yeah, I don't like the look of these streets. I know that most of them are well behaved and wouldn't make a move, but with that bulb, and then starting to look around and making sure there's like vampire entourage
Variety.
to be able to hear him. It's like, yeah, and that bald fucker, I swear I'll be on guard. I didn't like the gesture he made when I was dancing with you. And every time I looked over, he was threatening to kill me, but there was a certain vampire that managed to reposition his thumb.
Oh, how interesting.
Yeah, I think our host wasn't very fond of him either.
Well, I don't doubt anyone was fond of that man.
Yeah, can you even call him a man at this point? Trying to turn a lady and that didn't want anything to do with him into, or at least proposing to turn her into a vampire. That's low, even for the lowest people of this planet.
True. That was very low of him.
You both are able to take the carriage back to Dimitri's manor.
Well, the idea was
as-
to ride on the horse so that way the carriage was still available for other people. But
Oh, okay. Okay. Very nice.
And then during the ride, Sarin would speak up to Elara and just like, you know, if you would have shown me that kind of a dress earlier, maybe this whole thing would have happened earlier.
Yes, well, I think it was good of me to make you wait.
Fair enough. Besides, all good things come to those who knows how to wait.
That is true.
So how long do you think before this reaches the ear of your other family?
I give it a day.
That quickly.
Well, there were some gossips among the crowd.
Fair enough. I guess I wasn't all that discreet.
No, but let's be honest. Neither of us are discreet people.
Yeah, I still remember that one time that you somehow managed to make an arrow blow up a door wide open. I still don't know how you managed to do that.
With class, I show you.
Yes, that was very classy, especially when we were, well, dealing with the consequences of it.
Consequences there were, but that time was very fun.
Fair enough. Needed a little bit of excitement in one's life. But then
Yes, well,
Sarin would keep
seems
doing,
like
Sarin would keep on doing small talk about past adventure the whole way through to the manor.
of all the dumb ideas we've both had.
I believe it's Marceline's turn to the king.
Yeah, if Marcin wishes
Right.
to.
Yeah, Marceline is going to okay. Marceline is going to walk up and curtsy's like, greetings, Your Majesty.
Greetings, Marceline.
How are you guys doing? I'm sorry, my brain just farted. I was
No, it's
expecting
fine.
something else, and I was just like,
Do you curtsy to the king?
can you repeat that?
Do you curtsy to the king?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Yeah, you easily are able to You are easily able to get the attention of the king and the queen. What do you say to the king and queen as they both are waiting to hear what you wish to say?
Uh, how are you guys doing?
We are well. The kingdom owes you and your friends for bringing Evergreen back safely.
It wasn't too much trouble. Um, uh, honestly, it's thanks to Sarah Knight and Ilara for somehow getting the information of where she was.
And you have done exceptionally well.
Yeah.
I see your father's enjoying himself.
Yeah. Why am I? Oh my god, I'm struggling to talk. Why can't I talk all of a sudden? Out of character.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm glad.
Is there anything you wish to check with me, Marciline?
Lady Evergreen mentioned. Hold on. Where was it? Here's a.
I'm sorry, Marciline, what did you say?
Lady Evergreen mentioned that that's somewhere near the Crystal Lake, outside the domain. There was apparently a shrine, but it's covered in some form of poisonous gas. So.
Yes, it's at the border of. It's at the border of our forest.
Right.
It's outside my jurisdiction and under the control of the elves.
Okay. I'll have to ask one of them if I would be able to go nearby and try to get a sample just to figure out what we're dealing with. Also, did you hear about everything that occurred during the mission to save Lady Evergreen?
Yes, I am well informed.
Okay, good.
The soldiers also gave me a good account, so do not worry, I am well informed.
Okay, do you have any advice on how we can proceed with that? If this becomes...
Well, I think you would do best obtaining a sample first. Until you get a sample, you will not know how to
I was talking about the general situation with Aztec, just in case they have to, the party has to deal with them again.
Ah, yes. He thinks for a moment and my investigative team is already on it. For the most part, it seems Aztec has returned to the Hells.
Okay, good. Is I... Because that was terrifying to deal with in the first place. I don't want to deal with it again. I mean, I will if I have to, but ideally not ever again.
Well, I pray for all our sakes. We never have to deal with it again.
All right. I'll see you later, Your Majesty. Marcine's gonna curtsy again and then go back to hanging out with Stolas and her.
Just before
her
you
dad is-
leave, just before you leave, the Vampire King will tell you, enjoy your night, Marciline. This is to celebrate all of you.
Thanks. You too. At hanging out with Stolas and occasionally her dad if they pass.
Okay. Are you going to see your dad, or are you going to leave with Stolas?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go see my dad. Actually.
Okay. Yeah. You are able to.
Jack Stolas over here.
You're able to see your dad, as of course Jimaganda is still swaying with Evergreen. He tells you, Marcy.
Hi.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, just I'm getting tired. But I wanted to check up and make sure you're doing okay.
I am well, Marcy. Do not worry.
Great. My brain is out of character. My brain is farting again, so it might as well just be Marciline in character. She's overwhelmed, slightly overwhelmed at the moment.
Stolas would, seeing you a bit overwhelmed, Stolas would put his arm around you and, shall we go and get some drinks? Maybe some fruits? The city is awake now.
Yep. I'll go get myself some food.
Miss Evergreen, boss, gives a head bow, and then turns Marceline by the shoulder and heads out.
Alright. Hi, Dad.
Evergreen looks at your Morgana. You're just over here. Such a good girl. As Stolas takes you, Marceline, to the city to go and get some nice cakes and desserts. It is about 2 a.m. for all of you. Larissa, just want to check with you. Before you went for your break, what was the last thing you heard?
Oh, it was most likely Alara and talking to her brother or something. I left.
You cut out.
I actually don't remember, but that's okay. I'll listen to the recording. But we can pick off from here. That'll be okay. I'll remember.
Yeah, I think you
No,
left.
you're fine.
Yeah,
You're fine.
yeah, you left.
So basically, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So just quick summary. Basically, when Ilara and uh, Saren were dancing, they overlooked and saw Lord Mondale like doing the hand slit throat gesture to Saren, and then when
Mm.
he did that, his thumb snapped into a very strange position. But as far as you know, in character, Dimitri has just been looking at you, never took his eyes off the whole time.
Got it.
Mhm. Does Larissa want to do anything besides just dancing with Dimitri?
I think she will most likely just enjoy this time with Dimitri, knowing that this will probably be the last time it'll be a calm atmosphere and a peaceful one before things are chaotic. So she'll want to embrace this moment.
Hmm.
She'll continue to dance with Dimitri and just ask questions about more about his life here in the dark domain.
Hmm. And of course, he would tell you and share generously with you. And as the hour goes by, it is starting to really affect all of you because you all have been awake since morning, and the dark domain doesn't really sleep. They can go on and on for hours. And eventually Dimitri, of course, sees Larissa's getting tired and, shall we head home, my dear?
Yes, please. I didn't realize how much time had gone by, and she'll rub her eye slightly.
He will lead you to the king and queen and give a head bow. Your Majesty, we are heading off. As the vampire king acknowledges Dimitri leaving, as the two of you head off. Eventually, all of you, either by carriage or by horse, or by teleporting, if you're a certain vampire lord, all of you eventually make your way back to Dimitri's manor at different timings. What does Ilara and Saren do once you get home?
Well, the lame explanation that what Saren would think of doing first is probably gonna go and get some rest. Unless Selma talks him into something else before that, but yeah, in his mind it's like, okay, I need a bed, I need some rest.
Yeah, no, just rest.
As for Stolas takes Marciline home, tucks her in bed before going to his own room.
And the minute she was like tucked in, she was already passed out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Marceline stays late, but this is late even for her.
Dimitri, of course, takes Larissa home. But things are a little bit different with Dimitri tonight.
Ooh.
Larissa will ask, "Is everything all right?"
He picks Marissa up. Full princess carry everything. And the way he looks at Larissa, it's like he is going to devour her. He wants to take you tonight.
Oh?
She's blushing a new shade of red. But she'll kiss his cheek and wrap her arms around his neck.
Is he getting the...
He is getting a
Is
green
he-
light.
Oh. Ooh.
He gently rests her on the bed. Yes. What starts out with gentle kisses. The two of them spend the very first night together. It is a gentle occasion. Yes. Above table, I think it's the first time for both of them.
Yes.
As the night passes, and we'll take a break. Okay. As all of you are in Dimitri's manor, all of you were able to get a very, very good sleep. And I think Marciline, Ilara, and Sarn would be the first to wake up.
Really?
Yeah. You went to sleep first.
Oh yeah, that's right. Larissa spent the night.
Yeah, Larissa
I was awake
had some
longer.
activity.
Alright. Morning.
Good morning. Are we like all at the breakfast table, or?
I'll say for simplicity, yes, you are all at the table.
I'm guessing Larissa probably went to bed a bit later than most of us. I don't see her around.
Yeah. I mean, they were the last to leave, so...
Yeah, let's be honest. For a while there, I was almost tempted to be one of the first one to leave, but in the end, turned out pretty decently.
Yeah. I would have stayed longer, but it was... I was a bit overwhelmed and cranky.
Yes, it was a
Like,
bit.
I'm a night owl, but 2 a.m. is like it's pretty late.
2 a.m. is 2 a.m.
It was when me and Stolas left.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I didn't manage to keep track of the time ever since we entered here because, yeah, I don't see the sun whatsoever. Kind of hard to gauge time on that, but I guess my body's all used to its natural cycle and tell me when night actually falls or when the bedtime happens.
I mean, tracking time it's weird because sometimes it's at I stay up by accident thinking, oh, I'll go to bed at 10, and then suddenly it's 12:45.
Well, regardless, nobody got murdered last night, so that's a plus.
Yeah, I was like surprised. I heard Elard screaming at someone.
Ah, yes. My brother.
Yeah,
I am so glad that.
Yeah, I thought you would have been more of a piece of work than that, but I guess he got cooled pretty quickly, I guess.
Yep. I was about to say I'm glad I'm an only child, but I'm not 100% certain.
Well,
I mean, technically not. Definitely am now, considering I reincarnated, but but before I'm not even sure.
Well,
I don't even know.
well, I never even thought of it that way, but yeah, now I think about it, the closest thing to a brother I ever had was just a childhood friend. I haven't heard from him in a long while, though. Should probably reach out.
Yeah, currently the closest thing I have to a sibling is Dulles, and sometimes he's like a second dad, sometimes he's like an uncle, sometimes he's like a mentor. It flip flops. Serafina mentions it's the same way with her siblings and Dimitri. I don't know.
Yes, well, I have 2, so if you want one, they're free.
No, I mean you seemed. I don't know why you were pissed. And I don't know if I don't know if I even want siblings.
I'll be honest that I heard why she's pissed at them, and honestly, it's a very good reason, but it is a long, complicated story.
Make long story
Do you-
short. Long story short, they tried to marry me off, and he was, I guess, for it, or, well, allowing it.
What?
Yes, quite a story. Quite a tale.
Oh yeah, speaking of quite the tale, Elra, is that ring still on there, or did it vanish overnight?
It's still there. I mean, is it still there, DM?
It's still there. It's crystal blood. It was blood, now it's crystal.
Just making sure, because magic's funky sometimes. Well,
Oh wait, I have to plan your guys' wedding.
don't think about
What
that just yet. We don't even have a
I'm-
date planned or anything like that, so no worries.
Oh wait. You guys were you guys dating before like all of this happened?
No.
No?
No.
And you're engaged.
Yes.
Yeah, mostly to piss off your brother, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Is this gonna be like actual legalized?
Oh, yes.
What is? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, my bad. I intended.
After what happened the night before?
Yes, well, let's just say there is some frustration, but, well, engagement's a damn good apology.
And besides, who never committed a single mistake in their life?
And I thought Clarissa's and Dimitri's relationship was fast. Holy hell.
Well, the engagement might have been fast, but that doesn't mean that the wedding will come anytime soon. It might last a while before that actually happens, depending on how.
It
this whole
probably
adventure-
would.
this whole
It
adventure goes.
probably would be
I
best
have
to be
faith
married.
in you two, but just in case, sign a prenup.
Well, it's not that complicated. Whatever I own, I carry on myself.
And whatever I have, I have.
Okay, good. Guess I don't wanna hear any messy issues.
Don't
I
worry.
mean-
Worst comes to worst, she'll murder me. She's very capable of it.
He was looking at Lars, kind of like, yeah, no, I think I probably would. Kind of making that face, like, yeah, no, that sounds like me.
And as Saren says
Giant
those words too, you notice there's a smile on his face curling up because he's saying that kiddingly, but knowing that, yeah, she probably could.
Did I drink wine by accident at some point?
No, I think you just stuck to whatever passed your apple juice in these parts. From what I could see, anyways.
Yeah. Yep. I don't fucking know. What the fuck? I need to drink some tea.
Well, Lars gonna turn to Saren. It probably would be best, though, to get married before my family hears about it.
Laura, you're aware that we're literally on the border of the Elven territory?
A little.
Yeah, odds are they're probably gonna hear about it soon, won't they?
Oh,
Yes, they probably will.
Okay. About an hour. About an hour later,
1 hour.
Larissa, you wake up. Dimitri is beside you, still holding on to you. His body temperature is beginning to cool. Like he's not as warm as he was last night. It's like he's slowly returning to like that corpse cool sensation.
That is
She'll
a horrifying statement.
She'll shiver a little bit at the drop in temperature, but she'll do her best to keep eye contact, but she'll think back to last night and blush when she looks at him. So she'll turn over and pretend to be asleep.
He looks at her and just smiles and gives her a kiss on her forehead. I know you're awake.
Oh, I forgot you could do that. And she'll turn over and say, "Good morning."
Good morning to you. And then he snuggles a bit with her, a little bit. Kisses her on the neck. Tickles her a little bit.
What am I gonna tell my brother? She's going to immediately have like a moment of panic.
I will be with you. Always. And I will try to make things work with your brother. For your sake.
She'll nod, very reassured.
Shall we? I'm sure you are hungry.
Yes, and she'll take his hand and head out with him.
Yep. Two of you are able to get ready as Dimitri and Larissa join you all at the table.
Wait, did me and Saren sleep in separate rooms last night, or?
I don't know, that was up to you, too. That's up to you, too. Would you have stayed together? Would you have stayed separately?
Probably together.
Yeah, Saren would not have pushed her out of the bed or out of the room if she would have followed him.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Then you both, you stayed in the same room.
used to sharing a camp and whatnot, but not so much the same room all that often. Guess I'll have to get used to it, won't I?
You had better.
Although before there's another quest that I have to undertake a bit before something else happens. I have a feeling there's a way to make sure that whatever curse made me this doesn't transfer. If there's a way to figure it out, I should really find it. But that's for another time.
Alright, so we're all at the breakfast table.
Yep, you're all at the breakfast table. Does Larissa do anything?
She's going to get a handful of fruit and start munching on it, trying not to get a lot of attention from her friends in case they ask questions.
Well, good morning to you too, Larissa.
Good morning.
How was yours and Dimitri's thing? You guys were the last one to leave. I think.
Her face is going to turn pink. It was good. And she'll give like a pointed look at Dimitri.
By the look on your face, it seems it was more than good.
She's going
Yes.
to make a small squeak.
Yes, it
How
was.
do you-
Yes, we said goodbye to the king, and I brought her home, safe and sound.
By the way, I'm curious,
Mhm.
Dimitri. I don't know if you have anything to do with it, but there was a certain vampire there that seemed to have trouble with his thumb every now and again. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
No, I do not know anything. Above table, all of you, not above table. If your insight is like above a 10, he's 100% lying. Of course, he's lying.
Inside?
Insight passive -12.
Yeah, passive.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
if-
know.
So, okay.
14.
So let's say I believe you, Lord Dimitri. Somehow, when I said I didn't have a ring, there's one that just apparently manifested in my hand. Looked like blood or something. Not familiar with that kind of magic.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, you must be just really lucky. You were at the right place at the right time.
Saren will look
He
at him
smiles.
suspiciously. It's like, yeah, we'll say luck.
He takes a glass of blood wine and just drinks, looking at you.
Well, regardless, that's one less issue that I have to deal with. Although, for whenever the whole thing gets finalized, I'll make sure to have something a bit more solid and planned, prepared. Not like magic will ever get me out of that kind of situation, now will it?
That is very wise thinking, my friend.
Okay, some things I need to. Okay, some things we need to do. One, I am still horrifically tired. Holy shit.
Maybe you should go back to bed.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get better at waking up at reasonable hours.
Why are you up so late?
I was up later than usual because of the Masquerade, Larissa.
I know, but if you
I-
knew you were going to be tired, you would just go earlier, wouldn't you?
No? What? I was trying to like stay as long as I could. I would have stayed longer if I didn't get too overwhelmed.
Well, and Larissa, honestly,
I'm not a morning person.
yes, and Larissa,
I've never been a morning.
and Larissa, honestly, can you really blame her with the whole proposal thing and whatnot?
There was a lot going on, absolutely.
She didn't want to miss any of that sweet, juicy news.
We have you to
No, it
thank
was
for all
more
of that,
the-
don't we, Saren?
Well, I'm gonna. Yes, I guess I should take most of the blame on that one, but if her dear brother wouldn't have been there, maybe it would have taken a bit longer for that to happen, but.
Mm-hmm.
It was
As long as you're
more
both
of that
happy.
I'm trying to get myself somewhat accustomed to technically being someone of a higher power, technically. I'm not sure. I just ended up just talking to a few people and mainly just cleaning around Stolas and Dad.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we spoke with that mage of some sort, Merlin, and Sir Pendragon, and it seems like them and I share a common goal, so probably gonna head towards their kingdom at some point to discuss the finer points of it.
And of course, I will go with you.
Yeah. Also, the purebloods are really cool.
They're very nice.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to talk with them much, but I'll take your words for it. I mean, I saw last night that Lord Dimitri was, well, worth putting in the good book.
He's nicer than he looks.
Yep.
Dimitri smiles.
Oh, right. Because I'm trying to get contracts with 13 zodiacs, I'm gonna have to plan 2 weddings, or at least something akin to a wedding. I think.
Tell you what, if you're itching to plan some kind of celebration or something, you could always just do a betrothal celebration of sorts if you would want to. That would be maybe a little bit less complicated.
Yeah, maybe just like a simple house party. I don't know. Probably not right now. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, and besides, I'm not of that high of a standing anyways, so I don't need anything fancy either. I don't know for Laura, but that's my own view anyways.
Parties were never my thing.
All right, and for Marissa and Dimitri.
Yes.
What situation do you want wedding wise? It's probably too soon to ask, but it's probably just good to like try to get some notes down.
Well, I think for me, I would just be grateful to wed her.
Alright. I'll keep that in mind. I don't know. Holy crap, I am extremely tired.
Larissa will blush at his statement, thinking that was ever so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so what's the plan for today? Are we just gonna do our own thing, or are we going to get ready for an adventure /
Above
mission?
above table, you all can decide what you all want to do. You all have quite a bit of things to pursue, so you all can decide above table what you can decide in character or above table. Of course, in character, you have Dimitri there as well, who probably can give you some tips and give you a better starting point. But it depends on what you all want to do, because I know you guys have quite a bit to accomplish.
Yeah. What seems the most pressing on our to-do list?
Have you received any updates on your brother's party?
No, it's thought that they all must be lost in the multitude of paths.
Oh, okay. I'll write that down. I also need to find a way to get approved to quickly go by the Crystal Lake and just get a sample of the poison that's surrounding what's supposedly a temple, most like potentially of Scorpio.
Where is that? Is it close by?
It's just outside the Dark Domain.
Oh, that seems like a very easy stop to make.
All right. That is something.
Alara?
Yes, well, nothing that quite needs my attention.
All right. Saren?
Oh, that rolling sound.
Oh, it was just a message.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh no, the DM has rolled something.
Saren?
Saren's AFK.
Was
Oh.
AFK.
Oh, back.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Saren, do you have anything you need to do?
You mean in general or today or?
Anything urgent or pressing?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I mean, the whole arcane thing got fixed yesterday before Masquerade. Mended the thing with Elara. Yeah,
Alright.
I don't think I
Right.
have anything urgent. Whatever you girls want to do, I'll be along to go and move along with it.
Alright, Knights? Oh, he's...
No, they're not in today.
Knight is currently spacing out and spacing... I'll ask him later. Stolas, is there anything you need to do?
Well, I cannot recall exactly, but I think there was a time when we said we were going to go and find Medusa.
Yes.
Right. Alright, we're gonna go find... Can you repeat the name again?
Medusa.
One more time.
Medusa, like the Greek
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
mythological.
The snake lady.
We need to find the time to go see Medusa.
Okay, I have
Dimitri, are
go
there
to
any-
Medusa in the mountains, go check on Belt in Temple on Tropical God Island, get sword, blue salt and memories, location is forgotten, and those were the group ones, and go to library to get home tree wood ceremonies near Mary Basilisk.
Well, yeah, we do need to figure out what the deal with that wood is. Because if someone else can access that the infantry, that's a major concern.
That was a concern. King, could you fact check me if we got the sword or if we did the belt in the temple or not? I forgot if we did those or not.
Y'all only got the sword.
Okay.
The sword y'all got it because y'all actively went to look for it. So
Yes.
that's kind of done. But what I've done some retconning,
Yes.
and basically I had like the important things like Dimitri's armor, Dimitri's sword, and the sword of Kas. Basically, Ayuna's character would have returned. Ayuna and Roland's character would have returned everything
Yes.
to Dimitri.
Okay,
Right.
I just wasn't sure. I didn't write any more things on the belt. Okay, I'll check that off the list. I have Viridian Forest
Alright.
for Auburn Basilisk.
Yes, the
Alright.
historian.
Alright. And Dimitri, is there any pressing matters that we should take into consideration?
Nothing I cannot handle at the moment.
Alright. Crap, I should have actually been writing this down. Crap.
Well, I mean, it is not urgent.
I was Marciline was writing this stuff we need to do down in character. I was not. I am not writing out
I
of
wrote
character.
things down. We have
Alright, thank
you have the you had to get the poison.
Yeah, it's just to sample and figure out what the deal with the poison is.
That was in the dark domain.
At the border.
Right outside. It's technically within the elven territory. I technically should get approved because
Elven territory brackets.
Well, to deal with
Dimitri would
poison-
tell all of you. You just need to have my seal. Nobody will stop you.
Okay.
And as for the poison,
I also need to get some sort of tube and like attach it to a stick and figure out how I'm gonna be able to close it without
A
any of
vial?
it escaping or getting it on my hands or whatever.
well,
Yes.
Why don't you use a vial? And then we can use it for fishing. Unless it's acidic.
Yeah, but vial needs to close in order to not lose the sample.
well,
And
you screw the lid on, yes?
Yes.
well, ladies, let me make things a bit simpler for you on that one. I do have a certain spell that I could prepare that protects me from most poisons. I could literally just walk in there and grab the sample myself, assuming that it's actually poison. There's a good chance I would get out of there unscathed.
Yes, but one of the knights protecting Evergreen, who also happened to go on that adventure, said that it's disrupted their magic.
Yeah, I'll.
So, do you want to come back to this until you have a plan for it?
I mean, I have somewhat of a plan. The thing is figuring out how to close it.
Well,
I guess you're going to carry it open carry then until you do.
I don't. It's implied it's some form of gas thing, so.
Well, we could just hold our breath then. If
Yeah,
not just a
maybe.
gas, it shouldn't affect you. In theory, but
I mean,
I'm not so sure I want to take the chance without any other kind of safeguard in place, though.
Maybe we should
Yeah.
revisit that one then until we have enough safety measures.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like gloves, some form of like gas mask just in case, and then a vial that can easily scoop up the poison and then immediately close.
I'm sure one of the vials that I provided, our vial that used to hold our scorpion poison, should be okay, shouldn't it?
Yeah, I have yet to use mine.
Well, then when it's empty, perhaps. You can have my vial.
Thank you. It should probably be thoroughly washed down just to make sure none of the traces it cause issues.
I'll leave that to you, because I'm
Right.
not the poison expert, unfortunately.
I'm not exactly either. I'm just
You have a
more
better idea than I, though.
Yeah, partially because I have my own poison. That's pretty much how much more experience with it I have than you.
Okay, so we'll roll with that.
Well, also,
Yeah.
it might be a good idea to pass by a few shops in town, see if there's any kind of antidote or other things that could help us deal with potential downside of it. Just a random idea, because there's someone got petrified last time. Might be able to find
Yes, we may
basic
want a
care
potion for
instruments.
that.
Yeah. It was mentioned people almost died inspecting it if Lady Evergreen didn't intervene. So
I tell you what, make a list of the potions that you need. Perhaps I have some already in the warehouse.
Well,
okay.
I don't see this being a common affliction, but to have one or two anti-petrification potion might be a good start, as we already encountered that.
Being petrified was a very boring and just kind of painful experience I do not want to repeat.
He calls over one of the butlers, and after 5 minutes, the butler puts 2 basilisk oil. Basilisk oil undoes petrification.
Right.
I don't know what we're
So
gonna
who's
be
taking it?
Good question.
Lara's gonna speak up. You wouldn't happen to have more magical weaponry or armor?
You say that, and he turns to you. He is a little bit reluctant, but he considers.
Or perhaps a shop within town that you know may sell some?
There is a lot of good arsenal. There is a lot of good shops that have magical weapons and armor. I do have some stuff, but the last time I loaned them, I did it more out of emergency because they are very powerful, but they are also very dangerous to the wielder.
Oh, then I trust your judgment.
Oh, Saren, I have a +2 shield now, so do you want my old +1 shield?
I mean, I'm already pretty well armored with this new plate, that chainmail that I got, but a little bit more bonus within Earth, I presume. Also, for one
Alright.
basilisk oil, Elora, what might be good for you to have it, as you tend to be a bit more ranged. You have less of a less of a chance
Right.
to get petrified, I believe.
Above table, that was totally me asking if I could get a cool bow like my last bow.
Alright. Alright. Saren, here's your new shield.
Just a regular
And
plus one.
it has an owl with like a crown on it. I think, I don't know.
Oh, that's
You can interpret it however you want.
Who knows?
No, so you
Might be a base for me to get a surname at some point, maybe.
I do think it would be good to check out the shop in town.
Worst that happens, we lose gold, and that's about it.
yeah.
I have enough gold in my bag that I could probably lend you some if you need some.
And I have no problem with gold either.
I like to save my money.
I have 29 gold and 5 silver.
Oh my, I have 311 gold and 5 silver.
I have 1,000 gold.
Alara is our bank.
Because I'm from nobility.
You want to go on a shopping spree?
It's like, oh, I don't have enough to buy a really cool bow.
But yeah, as Saren gets that +1 shield, he would undo his other shield and pass it across the table to Lord Dimitri. I don't know if you have need of a regular shield, but in case somebody else needs it, might as well pass it along.
The butler will take it off your hands. Above table, Dimitri has a lot of interesting and extraordinary stuff. The only downside is using it too much. It's there are long-term consequences. So
Not
it's
worth
better
it.
to get. It's better to get your own. Find your own stuff.
Yep.
Because the stuff that he gives, it's more for like when you're fighting like really crazy opponents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll just check out that shop in town then.
Mm-hmm. You all absolutely can.
Oh,
You all want to keep discussing more, or you want to go straight to the shop? If you want to keep discussing more, absolutely go ahead.
Well, as for the list, I know at some point I want to go to the Regalia Kingdom, but that's only for preparation to go to the Plain of Envy, and I don't know if that at that point we'll still be all traveling together, but that is one thing that I have on my agenda.
I mean, 2 of us have had experience with killing a demon prince. If we get stronger, we can eventually potentially do the same with him.
Well, the one I'm seeking is not exactly a prince, let's say, but just a general, so hopefully it should be a bit less of a challenge, but that's still gonna be challenging.
Okay. Saren, if you're ever available, do you mind training me in some melee combat? It's kind of my weaker points, and while I'm most likely not going to be in a point, I'm going to try my best not to be at a point where I need to do that to be within melee range. It's better to have something to help.
Well, it shouldn't be too hard to train you to at least be able to throw a punch properly, but to wield a weapon, we'll have to see just how proficient you are with your movement to see. might be good to also have you have some ranged option as well.
Marciline is just going to like create a little chat like void like blob in her hand.
Yeah, but I mean, if at some point, for some reason, you're cut off from all magic.
It has happened before, but considering I'm a sorceress and rather than a warlock, it shouldn't be as likely. I think you do make a good point, though.
Yeah, let's just say, if for some reason a certain area of the world at any given point becomes unavailable for magic to be channeled, regardless of source, you want a backup of some sort.
So
Out of character, Saren is talking about an anti-magic field.
Like what we experienced.
All right. I know I have a spear somewhere. Where the fuck is it? Hold on, I should probably also delete the old shield. Oh, alright. Technically, it's not equipped yet.
But yes.
Why do I have so many fucking daggers?
But yes.
I have 4 daggers in my inventory.
Yeah, you start with 2, I believe, at base, and then you have 2 more options that you can choose a dagger to add to your equipment when you start.
I don't think I chose a dagger.
Yeah, some starting equipment give them to you by default. But anyways, Saren would look at you. Yes, it should be. I don't know what kind of weapon you ever had in your possession or not, but I know for a fact daggers are good at being thrown and whatnot, so that might be a perfect backup for you.
I've kind of just been carrying around a random spear I found at some point while exploring the forest that I was pretty much stuck in. Well, I wasn't stuck. It was more of a, it was better for me to stay in the forest just in case.
Well, my spear is not that far off of a javelin. Shouldn't be too hard to teach you how to throw one or use one as a polearm, I suppose.
Yeah, but I'd rather... Is there a way you can use a spear one-handedly? Just so I don't have to worry about not being able to use my shields?
Yes, of course you can use your spear with one hand.
Alright, good.
That's not that heavy of a weapon. You don't need both of them.
I do have an extra sword if you want it.
Maybe.
Standard short sword.
I also kind of been carrying around.
I just remembered. Larissa, I need you to roll me 2d20s, please, because you have 2 businesses. Remember?
2 businesses.
As in money generating ones?
13 and 14. Yes. Larissa, you get an additional 1,013 gold and another 1,014. No. 1,000. Roll one more d20.
Okay.
Of all the rolls.
Okay.
Fantastic,
You get 1,400 gold from your 2 businesses, which Dimitri bought for you.
Yes, I did.
Oh yeah, the animal business.
Yeah, it's been 2 months.
1,400.
2 months
gold.
already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that means my
It's been
ring
some
is
time.
stronger too. Oh, I gotta add a +1 to that.
Wait, you mentioned
ain't
that there was something that was supposed to happen with Marceline 3 months after she got adopted. Hold on. Or I joked about her being adopted before she got adopted. Hold on.
Yeah, it didn't
Crap.
happen because you reincarnated as UNT.
It did or didn't happen?
No, it didn't have to happen because you reincarnated as UNT.
Oh, what would have happened at that point though?
There was some buffs that you were going to get, which I already added to your character when you reincarnated as a UNT.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I remember the context being, alright, it's time to prepare to get him a Father's Day present.
Mm-hmm.
Crap, I need to find the time to celebrate Father's Day with him in Stolus.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so you have that. You can either go to the magic shops to buy some good stuff. And then this is just more for the DM, so the DM knows which one do y'all want to do first. You want to do the cave, you want to do Medusa, you want to do the belt, or the Auburn Basilisk one, because you have like 4 different routes to go.
I'd say go from the closest to the farthest away from the dark domain, probably. But
Okay,
that's
so
just
I'll
me.
move you all to the map to be able to see.
Marceline's is probably the closest, but we don't currently have a plan for how we're going to carry the
Fair.
poison properly and safely.
Fair.
Yeah.
We have the tropical God Island, Medusa in the mountains, Viridian Forest, and the area near Mary Basilisk, which I believe was. Oh god, I forgot where it was. Empire Putra. That was it.
Remind me, what is the Mary Basilisk one?
The home tree wood ceremonies, because I rolled, I guess not well enough, but well enough to know that the tree in the library, the wood that was decorative, was part of the home tree wood. That's what I wrote in my notes.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
I have beef in the dossier, but that's my personal thing, which we can do at a later time. It's not urgent.
Yeah.
My brother in the Underdark is potentially urgent, but we've also got a war coming up, so it's not a good idea to be stuck in the in the Underdark.
Yeah, behind enemy lines, so to speak.
Just to make things easier for everyone, going basically where I'm pinging,
Around the Aegean Mountains.
the cave, near the Aegean Mountains. That is also roughly where the cave is. That shrine thing is a dungeon crawl. It's basically a dungeon crawl. Once you're done, it's done completely. The Tropical God Island one is also a dungeon crawl. It's a type of dungeon crawl, so to get the belt. The Radiant Forest is also another dungeon crawl. So when you do those things, it won't lead to like the next quest. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you get in there, you get it done, and that's it. End of the line.
Yeah, it's that sort of situation. Yes.
Okay, so they're not urgent by any means. Got it.
Yes, no. Of course, the shrine one is more for Marceline's story, so that will help Marceline out.
Yeah.
The Auburn Basilisk one will help you with the overall story.
All right.
So I say we probably want to go do that one, probably.
Yeah.
The Docean it's its own story,
Yeah.
which is involving the Dosen and the Suinorio, and a little bit of there is some big overlaps for Larissa's story as well. Yeah, so you guys have quite a bit to do, but the Medusa one is the main plot.
It's probably the closest, guys.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, let's go as Medusa.
And the thing is, it gets us closer to the Elven lands too, so it's like there might be more plot hook for the DM to drop at some point.
Yes. Oh, King, could you double check me on this one because of the retconning from previous events?
Mhm.
Is Salabana still a descended god, or has he reascended?
So due to the retconning and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I have basically above table. This is more above table. What's happened? It's basically after Athena rewrote the Death Knights out of existence,
Mm-hmm.
because she can control fate to some degree, but she needs to touch the person. Because she is not the Mother Soul Weaver that she once was, right? The Mother Soul Weaver once was really, really terrifying. But basically, what she did, I also used that event to refix the picture, because we have players that are no longer with us.
Yes.
So basically, by her deleting the Dead Knight out of existence,
Yes.
Roland is no longer Regulus's. He's no longer a reincarnation of Regulus. He's just
Correct.
a normal guy, normal elf. And in doing so, she reinstated Salabana as the god of the Shadowfell again.
Okay, perfect.
Hmm.
Just want to double check that for my own notes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
So is it so you guys are going to go shopping and then you guys are going to head to the Aegean Mountains to find Medusa?
Which is
Right.
paramount to know who has the best score on them then for that quest, I'm guessing.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand
I'm
the
saying
question.
if we go with Medusa, it might be good to determine who has the two basilisk coral on them before we go there, because it might be useful.
And then if you're going to the Aegean Mountains, you can also make a quick pit stop to go to the Scorpion Shrine.
Yeah.
Because it'll be on the way.
And yeah, depending on which direction we take too, it's like if we want to avoid the desert, there's two. We could go to two different towns too before heading there too.
So true.
Yep.
All right, shopping montage.
Shopping montage.
Trying to think of what Marciline would need, though she can't really afford much.
Dimitri escorts all of you to the carriage, gives a big hug to his beloved, kissing her on the forehead before all of you are able to board the carriage, which takes you to the heart of the Dark Domain, the capital city itself, where the city is buzzing with life. Shops are very, very active. You can all tell me what you all are roughly looking for. This is a capital city, so everything from the uncommon to the common to the purple tier will be available.
Purple tier.
Only legendary items, you just can't buy those.
Amazing.
Purple, for those who don't know, are very rare.
Why are there a bunch of bills?
What?
Huh?
I clicked wondrous items and then there's just a bunch of random bills.
That's because homebrew shit is enabled, and that's something I did for an old campaign. And since I'm in that, it long story short, it's my own fucking creation for my own homebrew world. Ignore those. That was to simplify currency in that world.
You can
Oh,
actually
boy,
untick
time to
the
fix
homebrew
afterwards.
box. There's like a section where you can untick the homebrew stuff, so the homebrew don't appear.
Yeah, I wish there was a setting on my side that I could just tick so that you guys didn't have access to the homebrew shit that I made.
Oh, this would have been interesting if Marceline was still. Wait, how do we start? There's a cute little magical toy dedicated for cuddling.
Okay, let's see.
A potion of
There's-
vitality may be useful for you, Saren.
Purple is rare, right?
Purple, very rare.
It will remove any exhaustion levels you have, and it ends up the poison condition on you for the next 24 hours.
Yeah, but you see, that was a bit more of a desperate spurt. I'm not planning on overexerting myself again like that, but if it's just
That's
exhaustion,
fair.
I could just have a good meal, a good night's rest, and a warm bath, and it will pass on its own.
Potion of invisibility or greater invisibility. Look.
Yeah, the only downside of invisibility is that they can still hear you and see your footstep.
Yeah, my pass without trace would be my better of the two. Let's see if I've equipped it. I do have pass without trace on, so we're all good on that end.
No, I don't need.
I'm pretty much just looking for cool weaponry.
I'm trying to think about what Marceline would need.
Most +2 shit is in the purple tier, I think, so.
I think that's actually +3 because +2 shield is blue, +3 war mage 1 is purple. What are you doing, Yus? Oh my goodness, babies. You getting the pets? Alright. She's good armor wise, potions. I'll just like I'll let you guys figure that out and divvy it. I'm just trying to think of what I would need.
By the way, DM, I don't think we established how much gold that Saren started the adventure with.
I would say at your level, you would
see.
have about. You would have been able to, doing odd jobs here and there. No, since you slowly saved up, you'd have about 400 gold.
Okay, thank you. Because as it stood, I just had the starting gold for the thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, I just realized that now. It's like, oh fuck, I can't afford shit.
I don't need a staff, maybe?
For a sorcerer?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what Marceline would need because I'm assuming the potions are just gonna be divvied out evenly.
Yeah, they're consumable, and once they're done, they're done. Although we
Yeah.
could technically recycle a potion bottle to capture gases and whatnot for a sample.
Yeah. Noose, what are you doing?
Oh.
You should dedicate a large fund of ours to getting as many healing potions as possible.
I
Okay. What types of potions are you looking for?
Me?
The regular healing is 10 gold. The greater, those are 20. Then there is the superior and
I-
supreme. The sorry, Marcin, yeah, you were saying something?
I was just suggesting we should dedicate a massive part of our funds to getting healing potions. Oh, however,
Not the worst idea.
yeah,
Definitely not the worst idea.
yeah, I'm currently thinking about like what Marceline should try to get.
So DM, would I
Mhm.
to have my dragon wing longbow back?
You would like to buy the dragon? Yes, you can absolutely buy the dragon wing longbow.
Huh?
That is expensive, my friend. Just letting you know.
Oh, I'm aware of that. Just like last time, could I persuade? Roll a persuasion check to see if I can get it for cheaper?
Ooh.
I will say sure.
Okay. Cool.
You yeah,
That's
girl.
a 30.
Oh!
Yeah.
So,
He cries in the corner.
I am gonna go cry in the corner. I should not have let you done that. No, I'm just joking. No, you did good. That is a very, very good roll. Okay, so he initially was gonna sell it for 1,005, but I'm just curious. What do you say that is like so convincing to him?
do you want me to say like exactly what I had planned?
Yeah, sure. Well, why not?
Okay. You see, sir, we have been on many a quest, and as such, I feel that such a item such as this, well, yes, fine craftsmanship and such, would be very necessary for. Shit, I forgot. God damn it! Oh my gosh.
You're fine.
But essentially, what I'm saying is that, like, yes, this is very cool and amazing. But could I get it for a little cheaper? Because let's be honest, nobody's made of money. Essentially, summed up, that is essentially what I say.
He would ask you, how much money do you have on you right now?
I will fib a little and say 700.
Ooh, are you lying? I think you're lying. Above table, I think you're lying, right?
Oh no, I am lying.
Okay.
I'm lying. I don't have 700.
Roll me a deception check.
Sure. That's a 24.
I hate you. You're so good.
You really shouldn't have let me do this to you. Oh, you cut out.
You know, if I don't let the bard do bard stuff, it's kind of not fun to play about.
Now you remember I'm a bard. Oh, cutting out. You're cutting out there, DM.
Give me a second.
Oh, it's not.
Okay,
Oh, it was-
mic test.
Alright, we can hear you now.
Move.
He looks at you, and you know, you are dressed clearly for adventure and things like that. No, well, this bow has been here for a while. I tell you what. I'll give it to you for 1,000 gold.
1,000. Okay. Above table, are there any opportunities for me to earn gold? Because that's all my gold.
Ooh.
You can check with your party members. You do have a vampire lord that really likes your party, primarily because he has a personal investment in someone.
See, now I'm trying to figure out if morally that's what I should do.
You could always just take a loan. You don't have to necessarily ask. You can always just, if you don't want to feel so bad. Not that 300 gold is gonna be a dent in Dimitri's pocket, but sure.
Truly, honestly. But she's her own girl. She may buy a bag of holding, though.
If I ask, what is the likelihood?
On the bag of holding front, Saren has one.
Oh, never mind. We've already got one.
What do you mean by likelihood?
Like, would he say yes or no? Like,
If you ask
I don't-
Dimitri,
yeah.
above table, unless you are a dick, he most likely will say yes.
Yeah, sweet thing.
Okay, I'm shamefully gonna ask him. As
Okay, just because it's funny, I want to know, what do you say as you approach the vampire lord?
give me a second to think on this. Everyone else can work on their things. I gotta
Okay.
plan this one out.
I have a question. Does our party need a cute, cuddly mascot?
Do we, with the amount
Maybe.
of pets we already have and the summon doors and...
I mean, it'll help us not be scared.
That's like,
It's like, are you gonna
Say it was
transform into... Are you gonna multiclass into a druid or something?
I will let you
No.
all discuss and talk it out.
How trustworthy is this shopkeeper? The last time we bought anything from a shopkeeper, he screwed us over royally. In the dark domain.
Everybody
When
here
he said-
looks like legitimate business people. People
Legitimate
seem to be
as
buying
the-
non-stop from everywhere. So, looks legit.
Is he as legitimate as the previous one who sold us the wrong deck?
No, that one was like a shady shop, which
Okay.
Blue went into.
Okay. I just want to make sure that if I buy this, I'm not going to get screwed over.
No, this is like a very open, very public, very like there is a lot of people buying from them.
Mm-hmm.
So so it does give some credibility if people keep coming back.
Damn it, I hate that I'm so tempted to buy the freaking cuddly mascot.
Okay.
I
Tell
don't
me what
think
you think of, everyone. I'm looking at Deck of Oracles and Dimension Shackles.
What
Oh,
do the
wait, hold
dimension
on.
shackles do?
Hold on. Larissa, I have a deck of oracles. I just don't use it. Do you want it?
Yes.
Alright, what's the other item?
Dimension Shackles.
Is Dimitri a lord or a prince?
He is a lord.
Okay.
You're gonna use that to make
What's
sure to listen
dimension
properly.
shackle? What the fuck is deck of dimensions?
No, not Dimension Shackles.
Yeah, it's dimension shackles and deck of oracles.
I searched it up and I'm getting dimensional shackles. However, I just got caught, but my attention got caught by the deck of dimensions.
Essentially, the shackles are placed on an incapacitated creature. They are adjusted to fit a small to large creature. They prevent the creature bound by them and from any method. Oh, there's no sharing button, but I found the copy. My computer just won't let me type it into the chat. There we go.
Dimension shackles. I know this one. I know this magic item personally.
It's
But
called
yeah, you can get
dimensional.
it for 100 gold. It's very good. If you put it on someone, they are locked
I
up.
know. I'm thinking at least a couple gods I need to put this on. Silabana.
A buff table? That's not gonna work on him.
Divine magic, legendary resistance, all that fun stuff.
He'll
See,
break
with
it like
Saren, we'll
Superman
make a
breaks
good team.
chains.
If he doesn't break it, he wants to be trapped. Don't trust him.
Okay. That was
Um,
something I was looking at.
But it will definitely work on like villains, generals. Like the shackles wouldn't work on like gods and demon princes. But it would work on everything else below that category.
So a
Oh.
demon general would
It's
work.
probably a good thing to have
Yes,
just
a
in
demon
case.
general will be very, very exposed if you got the shackles on.
See, maybe we should get. I'll get 2 because I'm paranoid.
Okay, yep. You can take out 200 gold.
Okay, 2 dimension shackles minus 200 gold. And Marceline, you said you were going to give me the deck of oracles, or do I need to buy one? Marceline? Hello?
I think she had to AFK.
Maybe.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
she
had to
did.
AFK.
Well, it's more just in case she wants her own deck later, because I feel like now that she remembers she has one, she may want to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm just gonna buy my own. How much
Alright.
would a deck of oracles be?
The deck of oracles will be 250 gold.
250 it is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Also, humor me.
Coming back to Ilara, do you have your plan? What do you say?
I have my
All
written.
right. All right. So I have a question.
Yes.
How do you like go back to Dimitri all the way, leave the group behind, take the carriage, go all the way back to the manor just to find him and get 300 more gold, or are you kind of like asking Larissa to like send a message on your behalf, sort of situation?
I'm gonna ask Larissa to send the message. Alright. Good and honorable Lord Dimitri, this bow, the Dragonwing longbow, will aid me in keeping your beloved safe on our adventures. The reason I ask this of you is due to the knowledge that I am not currently on the good side of my family, and as such, shamefully admit to not having the appropriate funds for possible incidents in this adventure. Should I buy the bow now, I ask if this is something that I could hopefully work towards paying back for. The end.
The end.
Wow.
I
You
think
were
message-
Just wow.
I think message is limited to 25 words, ain't it?
No, that's sending.
Oh yeah, sending is.
No, it's like telepathically.
Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
I will pass this along.
Wow.
I told you I was gonna
As
have
the
a speed.
DM, I am impressed.
Thank you.
I think
I
you easily, when it comes to Bard, you and Ash definitely my top two favorite bards. Also give me so much problems.
Of course you do.
But that was very, very good. I'm not even gonna make you roll for persuasion because even the DM was convinced. What happens is this: there is some red mist beside Larissa as a vampire, a bald vampire butler. You all have seen this vampire butler. He is one in Dimitri's manor. He appears. Master Dimitri instructed me to deliver this to Miss Ilara.
Okay.
And he's holding a red bag with gold
Okay.
coins inside.
We'll take the bag.
My friend, you were so convincing.
Thank
The
you.
vampire lord gave you 2,000 gold.
Oh my gosh. What?
And then the vampire disappears in red mist.
So he
I
literally
just,
said,
like,
take the money and make sure you do it properly.
Well, thank you. So,
You hit
I mean,
all the right points when talking to Dimitri.
I had to think about it to make sure I did. I was like, shit, what's the most important thing?
All he needed to hear was to protect Larissa. That was good enough. Good enough.
I honestly thought about stopping there, but then I was like, no. I have to keep going. Alright, well, I'm gonna hand over the 1,000 for the dragon wing longbow.
It is yours. And by God, does it feel good the moment you grab hold of the bow.
I have it back, my beloved bow. So that still leaves me with 1,000. Right?
No, he gave you 2,000.
Well, I know, but I gave 1,000 for the bow.
So
So
now
that's
you
really-
have 2,000.
Oh my gosh.
Out of curiosity, how much does the totally mascot cost?
The cuddly mascot. Let me read it. I don't remember what it does.
Wait,
Let
there's
me-
a thing that actually says cuddly mascot.
Cuddly mascot. Tiny sub of a current if you press. The toy stays attached there for 1 hour until use an action. Fight of fear when you exit to avoid end. So, oh,
Hmm?
yeah, something like this. We'll say 50 gold.
Alright, yeah, I can't afford Barney the owl bear.
And how much is he?
50 gold.
I'll buy Barney the owlbear for 50 gold.
Barney the owl bear.
I'll ship him off to the Feywilds. Or my wonderful oh my goodness. It's not the plains. The meadows. My goodness.
Were we gonna
Oh wait. Wasn't Lorcan already trying to for mascot?
I know, but he can have a friend. I'll raise
Yeah.
two. I'll be responsible.
Wait, is Larkin the chimera?
Yep, he was
Yep.
a baby when I first had him, and now he's not a baby anymore.
Did you give every group a chimera?
No, only those who went to the direction of the
Okay.
chimera.
I don't
Because
remember.
like one group decided to kill the baby.
What?
Monster!
Monsters.
Yeah, so when they're about to
Red
kill the
flag.
baby, I was like, hey, I'm like, we ain't doing infanticide in this campaign. You know, I mean, like if infanticide, it's like casualty of war, those types of things, like building collapse things and all. But
Right
like
out
not
in
like
the-
actively like murdering children. It's kind of messed up. Yeah, so basically what happened is when they tried to stab the baby, the vines basically blocked the attack and absorbed the child into the ground.
I wonder if it was Larissa from a different universe who saved that person of Florcan.
I don't remember what we named ours in the first campaign I was part of, but the baby chimera was sacred.
It is sacred. It will continue to be sacred.
So we're getting Barney the owl bear.
Yeah, like group 1, you are group 2. Group 1 doesn't have a chimera because they never went.
They didn't get it.
Yeah.
We're stinky.
So Barney the owlbear is your little cuddly Strixhaven mascot, right?
Yeah. Should I add it
Well,
to my
he will be a
inventory?
toy, so he can just stay on your person. He won't need the meadows.
Yeah. It's just so like I saw this, I thought it was adorable and useful, and I was like, you know what? We need some additional therapy.
Therapy.
Right.
Okay, I'll buy it for you.
Thank you.
That's 50 gold. Removed. King, how much does Knight have? If Knight were here, I would think they would try and get a better weapon.
I would say as Midnight's backstory, I'll say about the same as Sarin, about 400, about 500 gold, 400, 450. I'll say let's put a fixed number. Let's put 500 gold.
500. Okay.
Yeah, Saren's at 4. Knight would probably have more money than him because probably more brutal.
I think they would either get a battle axe +3 or the executioner's battle axe, just because they use axes a lot.
The +3 for the battle axe would cost about 900.
Outside their price range. What about the executioner's battle axe?
I need to check what is the executioner's.
So many different weapons that have so different names, it's hard to know.
Yeah.
There's so many.
It's impossible to like keep everything.
It's just like, hey, I want a moonblade. Yeah, nah, I don't think so. But why? There's literally limited supply of them.
Oh, this one, Executioner's X. Executioner's X will only be about 200 gold.
I would say they would buy that then.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell Knight I've just spent 200 of his gold.
Mm-hmm.
If you would, could you add it to their inventory and take away their 200, and I'll just apologize to them tomorrow.
Absolutely can do.
You know, like, we were all talking about the rings for our
Ring of
whatnot.
Protection.
Yeah, but there's another one that's
Let me
called
check.
Band of Loyalty. If I would be a jerk, I would get that one.
Oh,
if I were a jerk, I was gonna get that one.
Yeah, Band of Loyalty. Essentially, you get down to 0, you're dead.
So
Those
as
are
it turns out, the deck of oracles requires attunement. I'm going to have to
Yeah.
wait until another attunement slot opens up to use it, but that's okay.
Okay, so do you want
the
me
Ring of Protection, you want which category?
Yeah, there's a few different options there.
I need to wait.
I think rare.
So do you want me to wait before I
Rare?
give you the gold card?
Rare will be 500 gold.
Woof. Damn.
I don't know if you also the Netherese Ring of Protection. I don't know if that's any different, but
Ooh.
To answer your question, Marceline, I bought my own just in case you wanted to use yours, considering the things that are going to come up later. Now that you know you have it again.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Oh, I have 29 gold. I don't know if that can have let me afford a magical tattoo of any sort yet.
You should have wanted the magical pet over a toy, but that's just me.
I mean, look at him! Like, I don't need a new tattoo this second, but look at him!
But a cutie patootie.
Above table, out of game, guys. It is session has officially concluded.